Today, we're going to talk about something really powerful. This quiet, kind of nagging feeling that a lot of us have about modern life. It's this sense that we're all just following a script we never got to read. But what happens when that script just doesn't feel right for you? Well, let's get into it.
Seriously, just think about it for a second. Does your life ever feel like you're just moving from one station to the next? Checking off boxes, all leading down this path that someone else laid out? If that sounds familiar, you are definitely not alone.
A good way to describe this feeling is the assembly line life. It really paints a picture, doesn't it? It's that feeling that you're just a product being put together in some big factory, and at each stage, someone's supposed to add another correct part to your life. And this path? Man, we all know it, right? It's practically burned into our brains. Get the good grades so you can get into a good college. Then you use that expensive degree to land a good job. After that, well, you get married, buy a house. You know the drill. It's handed to us as the absolute blueprint for a successful life. But here's the thing. For more and more of us, this well-worn path doesn't feel like a dream at all. In fact, it can feel incredibly restrictive, kind of impersonal, and honestly, for some, it's downright suffocating. It feels like you've been handed a life script for a character you were just never meant to play. So let's actually give this thing a proper name so we can really dig into it. We're going to call it the standard life script. Because once you name it, it stops being this vague, uneasy feeling and becomes something real, something you can actually look at and challenge.
So what is the standard life script really? Well, think of it as this big collection of cultural expectations passed down from generation to generation. It's the story we're told is the story, the one-size-fits-all formula for a happy life. But here's the problem. People aren't one-size-fits-all.
Now, to really understand why this script feels so wrong to so many people, we need to zoom out of it. We've got to go a little deeper than just social pressure and into some philosophy. We actually have to talk about the universe itself. Okay, this is a big idea, but it's a powerful one. The universe, it doesn't come with an instruction manual for your life. There's no cosmic director who assigned you a specific part to play. Philosophers call this the absurd. It's this clash between our human need for meaning and a universe that, well, just doesn't offer any. It's just there. And so are we. And when you really sit with that, it leads to a pretty tough question. If there's no grand plan, no pre-written destiny, then what's the point of any of it? I mean, it can feel totally terrifying, like you're in a free fall, but it can also be the starting point for something absolutely incredible. And this is where the philosopher Albert Camus comes into the picture. He stared this exact problem right in the face and came up with a really powerful and I think beautiful response. He didn't offer some easy escape. He offered a way to live fully inside this reality. And he called it revolt. I mean, just listen to that. It perfectly captures his whole idea. When you feel trapped by a world of pre-made meanings and scripts, what he calls an unfree world, the most powerful thing you can do is to live with so much freedom and authenticity that your life itself becomes this amazing active rebellion. So let's be super clear here. When Camus says revolt, he's not talking about a political uprising with picket signs and all that. He's talking about an internal revolution. It's you consciously deciding to live in defiance of that meaninglessness. It's you saying, okay, the universe might not have a point, but I do. I am going to create my own meaning, my own values, and live by them. It's about finding freedom within the rules of the game. And this is where it all starts to click. This whole idea gives us permission to stop being a passive actor reading someone else's lines, and to pick up the pen and become the author of our own story. It's a huge shift from just consuming a life to actually creating one. So let's just put these two ways of living side by side. On one hand, you've got the standard life script. The path is already defined for you. The meaning comes from outside, from society, from your parents, whatever. And the goal? Just meet their expectations. But a life of revolt, that's totally different. The path is the one you create. The meaning comes from inside, from you. And the goal is to create real, authentic value. So what does this revolt actually look like in real life? Well, it's about choosing what feels genuinely authentic to you over what you think will get you the most likes or approval. It's choosing curiosity and adventure over the comfortable feeling of certainty. It's following a real passion instead of just sticking to the prescribed path. At the end of the day, it's the brave and sometimes difficult act of defining your own values and then actually living by them. And that really leaves us with the most important question of all, the one this whole thing has been building towards. This isn't about just tearing everything down and rejecting society. It's about consciously choosing what parts of the script you keep and which parts you rewrite. It's about making your life your own. So I'll ask you, what does your revolt look like?